Hi everyone, I hope you are having a fantastic day today. Let's go ahead and get started here. Hi everyone, how are you all doing today? Hello, welcome, salutations, greetings, and welcome to the 1000 Dreams Fund July 2020 BroadcastHER Live. My name is Mad Madam M, but y'all can call me M. And in addition to streaming and being a recipient of the 2020 BroadcastHER Academy Challenge and Grant, I am also your guest host for today. So thank you for having me here. Huge welcome to everyone who is here today. And I'm so excited to get things rolling. So today we have some really great interviews lined up for you all with two amazing ladies who work with 1000 Dreams. First up, we'll have Jenna, also known as Evivanneg, a spring 2019 BroadcastHER grant recipient and a 1000 Dreams Fund student advisory board member. And after that, we'll have Caitlin, also known as SirKatelyn, an avid BroadcastHER fundraiser and one of the spearheads for the Twitch Blackout campaign. So some of the topics we'll be covering today, we'll be talking about the 1000 Dreams Fund Student Advisory Board, the Spring BroadcastHER grant announcement, and the power of social media and where we go now that we are a month out from hashtag Twitch Blackout. But before we do that, we do have a special video for you prepared from the 1000 Dreams Fund Programs Coordinator, Chelsea, of the 2020 and 2021 Student Advisory Board. So let me go ahead and get that ready for y'all to watch. And it's a really informative video, so definitely pay attention because it has a lot of great content for y'all.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Larslow from 1000 Dreams Fund. I'm the Programs Coordinator here at 1DF, and I'm checking in with each of you for an exciting opportunity. The 1000 Dreams Fund Student Advisory Board is now accepting applications for our 2020-2021 board. The Student Advisory Board brings together women from every region of the United States. These young women come together for opportunities in leadership, mentorship, professional development, and philanthropy. Some of these opportunities include our Mentor Her initiative, our various social flashes, and of course, the annual scholarship review. These driven, talented young women are committed to our mission and helping pay it forward for the dreams of other young women. If you think you might be a good fit, or you need more information about our Student Advisory Board, please visit our website, 1000dreamsfund.org, and you can find out more about our Student Advisory Board as well as access the application link. Our application is only live until August 24th, so don't miss out.
All right, so a lot of great stuff said there. If the Student Advisory Board sounds something that you might be interested in, or if you know someone who would be a good fit for the role, definitely go to their page, learn more, check them out, and see if you will be able to join up on their all the stuff that they do for 1000 Dreams. So be sure to check out their page, submit the application by the deadline, and hopefully you too will be able to join the Student Advisory Board. So on the topic of the Student Advisory Board, we're going to go ahead and call in our first guest here, Jenna. So let's go ahead and get them all ready to go in Discord. So one sec, y'all. Hey, Evie, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Let's go ahead and get you switched over here. Welcome. It's good to see you.
You too.
All right, so we'll go ahead and start off just by having you introduce yourselves to us. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, what you currently do in gaming, and what your dream is in broadcasting.
So I am currently a streamer on Twitch and a full-time grad student. Um, my dream is to become a full-time charity streamer, and have a community that is there to help create change and be there for one another. So my goal is to have a charity stream once a month for a different charity and just kind of bring awareness to different organizations and kind of teach people about what they're doing.
Nice, awesome. I did check out your page and I saw that you were doing some charity streams for St. Jude. So it seems like you're already well on your way to becoming a charity streamer and you did really great work in those. So congrats
Thank
on setting your goal, putting out some really great content for their cause. So that is amazing. So do you think, so as a streamer, what do you typically broadcast and how would you describe your stream to someone who's new?
So I usually am a social gamer. So I stream with my friends. They usually help me with charity streams and all that. But I play anything from Dead by Daylight to Fortnite, Halo. We do a lot of Just Dance for charity streams. It's kind of just more of a family friendly, having fun with each other, playing with community. And there's a lot of incentives usually since we're charity streaming. So there's a lot of pies throwing to the face or some crazy other incentives we're doing.
Nice. Sounds like a lot of fun. I definitely can relate to playing Fortnite with friends and family, and that can be such an amazing experience. So, going off of that, being a woman who does a lot of broadcasts and charity streams and is just in the gaming scene in general, do you think you faced any challenges as a woman in these areas of gaming, esports, and broadcasting?
Definitely. I have been a gamer all my life. I started out on the original Xbox, and in school, I was always afraid to say I was a gamer because I was afraid people would outcast me and all that. But it's definitely changed a lot nowadays.
Mm,
People are more accepting of it, and there's a lot more females that are in the gaming community. So I have had problems where I've been talked down to because I'm a gamer. I worked in a game store. All the males that came in would always rather go to a male associate. Um, Being a streamer, I've had people talk down to me, tell me that I'll never be able to reach the goal of a Twitch partner one day because I don't put myself out there the way they think I should, as
mm,
in, wearing clothes and certain clothes and making them come out there. But I make sure that I'm going to prove them wrong. I can do whatever I want when it comes to streaming. People follow streamers because of their personality, not um, because they want to date them or anything.
mm. Right. All of those things are so true. And you should be able to have the kind of stream that you want and create the kind of environment that you feel like you should have that matches best your personality and your community. So good for you for sticking to your goals on what you want. So, how do you think that programs like the BroadcastHER grant are so important and beneficial for women in games right now? And is there anything else that we can do to increase representation and experience for women?
I think it helps women gain a lot of confidence. I know for me at least, that's what it helped me the most with. And it brings awareness to all the challenges women face in these industries like gaming. But I think the best way to just continue is keep spreading the word, especially about 1000 Dreams and other organizations like that. Because if 1000 Dreams is more out there, the more people that'll know about it, the more funding they will get, and the more people they can help reach their goals.
Right. They do such important work and they have touched so many broadcasters and gamers' lives. So, going off of that, we just closed the Spring Broadcast Her grant, and we are so excited that 1000 Dreams will be announcing their winners live August 14th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Can you tell us what your reaction was to finding out that you were a recipient and what did you use your funding for?
So I remember I was sitting in my room just playing on my computer when I got the email. And I didn't believe it at first, so I ran to my brother's room and made him read the email first for me. And he was like, "No, you're a recipient." So we went and told my parents. It was very unbelievable. I When I applied, I definitely felt like, I'm not going to be able to get this. But I think they believed in me, and I had so much confidence from it. I used the funding to help upgrade my PC. I got a new green screen because I just had a sheet before, and then I got some new lighting, which has improved my stream so much. And just the confidence they gave me really pushed me to stream more and continue it and not give up.
Awesome. That's amazing that you were able to get some things that really impacted your stream quality and have helped make you into a better broadcaster. So those are all amazing things. So let's shift gears and talk a little bit more about your experience on the 1000 Dreams Student Advisory Board. Can you tell us why you decided to join the SAB as a broadcaster grant recipient?
So I actually, when I first before I joined it, I didn't know about the student advisory board. I had reached out to 1000 Dreams Fund because I was trying to plan an event at my campus, and I wanted to kind of see if they could help me figure out what's the best way to go about planning events. And they told me about it, and I immediately wanted to join. I felt that what they gave me, I want to help give that to other women, and so they can follow their dreams. So the financial help and mental help, I want to give those to other women. So um, I think I just decided to join and take the initiative and take that leap, and I'm so happy that I did.
Nice. It is so important to not only provide financial assistance for women, but also provide that sort of mental assistance as well that you mentioned. Just because being in places where they feel supported and having a strong community to be behind them is so integral to just making sure that not only do they have the physical means to broadcast and do what they need to do, but also know that there are people there who want to help them and want to be there for them. So those are all really great points. Thank you. All right. So, going off of that, what did you learn from being on the student advisory board, and what was your favorite experience?
There's a lot of things I learned, but since it's a nonprofit, you get that nonprofit experience, and nonprofit is one of the places I want to end up. So it kind of gives me that good resume builder. So I just learned a lot about what goes into a nonprofit, and it's a lot more than you think. But I also loved reading the stories of the different women that were applying. It was great to see all the people that 1000 Dreams was helping. I got a really good opportunity at 1000 Dreams. They allowed me to do a mentorship with they were doing mentorships for the CEOs of Colgate. So I got to talk to an HR lead of Colgate, and just kind of talk about my future, possibly being in HR. Um, and it was an eye opener. She helped give me so much confidence with the route I was going down for my schooling and my future in HR. So I was really grateful for that opportunity. It helped me so much for my future career.
Nice. That's great that you were able to get those opportunities working with them, as well as gain more experience in ways that will help you not only now as you work on the student advisory board, but also beyond as you continue your education and then work in gaming too. So, in addition to being on the student advisory board, can you tell us a bit about what sort of that role entailed? What were some things that you do in the advisory board itself?
So as a liaison to the board of directors, I worked with one other member. We were both liaisons, and we would help run meetings. We had some meetings ourselves talking to like Chelsea. We planned some fundraisers. We worked with other members, the other girls, and kind of just led making statements and all that. How we should post on social media for student advisory board, how to spread the word. Um, but it was a little bit hard for me because I never thought I would do something like that, but I took the leap because I loved what the 1000 Dreams did. So, but it was a little difficult when COVID hit. We had some issues. We had to cancel what we were doing. But I'm really looking forward to this year on what we can do and kind of helping get out of the COVID pandemic.
Nice. Those are all really great goals to have, and to know that you've like learned so much and grown so much from where you first started to where you are now, and to hear that you're excited to keep doing that work for women in gaming is not only personally inspiring, but I'm sure means a lot to everyone who applies and who has gone through the program as well. So, why do you believe that others should join the 1000 Dreams Fund Student Advisory Board?
1000 Dreams Fund is an amazing nonprofit. It's the first one that I had found that helped women specifically in industries where they're lacking. And it's not just in gaming, it's, for so many other industries. But it helps get you that nonprofit experience. It also looks good on your resume. And you have that ability to network with girls on the board as well as companies that work with 1000 Dreams. You get amazing opportunities like I did with the mentorship. And 1000 Dreams is there to help you grow. They have so many different like classes you can take with helping your resume build your resume. They'll help you go through it and make sure it's ready. They have internship opportunities, and it's I know it scares a lot of people of doing something while they're in college, but they never ask too much of you. They're
Mhm.
always there to support, and there's enough of us that we can always help each other. I took 18 credit hours for college, and it was
Wow.
my final semester for bachelor's degree, and I did it perfectly fine. They didn't ask too much of me ever, but we had so much fun, and I'm going to continue doing it with my grad program. So
Nice. That's really amazing that it has impacted you so much and that you really hope that others who believe that they would be a good fit and want to contribute as well will be able to get those same experiences. So that is really amazing. So we're nearing the end of our segment. So thank you so much. Do you have any other essential tips or info for others in broadcasting or wanting to get involved with the 1000 Dreams Fund?
Yeah, so I think the big thing is to stay positive. It can be hard to be a woman in broadcasting. I've definitely had where I worry that I'm not going to be able to continue because it's difficult, but I just try to stay positive. I find other women to help support me. I've joined all female stream teams just to have that help because they're always there cheering you up. They know what you're going through. And if you want to stick with 1000 Dreams, you can fundraise with them. You can join the student advisory board. But if you also join their Discord, the community manager, Kayla, is always posting opportunities to get involved with 1000 Dreams, which are great for your resume and just great to help.
Hmm. Right. Everything means so much to all the women involved, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera. So thank you so much for taking the time today to come and sit and talk with us. It has been a pleasure to have you here with us and be able to ask you some questions about your experience with 1000 Dreams and in gaming as a broadcaster. So I wish you all the best with your goals in becoming a charity streamer. It seems like you're already well on your way to achieving that goal. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And we look forward to seeing what else you've got in store. So thank you again, Evie. It was great talking to you and getting to know you better. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so that was Evie. Be sure to give them a follow here on Twitch if you aren't following them already. They do some really great charity streams for St. Jude recently, as well as putting out other great content as well. So definitely keep them on your radar because they're definitely destined to do great things. So next up, we are calling in SirKatelyn, who is one of the spearheads of the hashtag Twitch Blackout campaign and is also an avid BroadcastHER fundraiser. So let's go ahead and get her called in here. Hi, Caitlin, how you doing? Uh-oh. Looks like I can't hear you. Hold on. That might be my fault.
Better?
Better. There we go. How you doing today? Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good myself. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today and talk with us. It's
Absolutely.
great to have you. All right, so let's go ahead but before we get started, I do want to provide a slight content warning for all of you who are watching today. We want to preface this discussion. For those of you in chat and the audience, we will be talking about a few sensitive topics, and we would suggest that you tune out for the remainder of the show if you need to. We'll also be sharing important links to organizations and nonprofits for marginalized folks who may have faced some of the injustices we'll be talking about this evening. So thank you for listening. Definitely keep yourself safe and protected in any way that you need to. And we'll go ahead and get started with our discussion with SirKatelyn. So to start off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do as a streamer on Twitch and how you would describe your stream to a new viewer?
So I actually describe my stream almost this exact same way, usually with a little bit more profanity, but we're on the front page, so I'm not going to do that. I am a streamer who plays whatever the heck I want, aka I'm a variety streamer for those of you who don't understand what that entails. More recently, I've developed a passion for achievement hunting and speedrunning horror games. I'm fiercely body positive and sex positive with an ambition to create a space on Twitch where you don't have to compromise who you are to be accepted. I'm loud, I yell, I drink on stream, and I have a blast doing it.
Nice, awesome. So I definitely did check out everyone's broadcast today just to sort of do a little social media lurk, and I saw that you recently played through The Last of Us 2, so that's definitely been a huge experience for everyone who's played that game. So I definitely enjoyed watching what I did. So, and I commend you for making it as far as you did, because I totally would have.
I love The Last of Us Part 2. I'm on my third playthrough, my second one on stream.
Nice.
It is the most beautiful game I've played in my life.
It's It's great to hear. So let's go ahead and ask some questions about what your experience as a woman on Twitch. Do you think you faced any particular challenges or setbacks as a broadcaster on this platform?
Oh, 1,000,000%. I think that with anybody who's different from the normal streamer, which is a white dude playing some kind of game, you get some level of trollness, some level of disagreement with people. So I've definitely been called every name in the book, and I've definitely been challenged as a woman on this platform. Whether it's like sarcastically or just people not taking me seriously, it's been everything under the entire sun.
Hmm. And the sun is quite large, so I completely get that. So why do you think that programs like the BroadcastHER grant are so important and beneficial for women in gaming? And as a fundraiser who has raised over $3,000 so far, why do you avidly support BroadcastHER?
I think in general, women are not taken seriously on this platform, and we need to be. I think that I really resonated with Evie's comments about working in a gaming store and being kind of belittled a little bit. Um, I, I remember I was like selling a headset to a guy, and I made a recommendation, and I said that I was playing a game with it, and he laughed at me, and I was like, okay, I don't see what's funny about that, but sure, go ahead. He said that women can't play games. I don't know. It was something stupid like that. So I think that it's good that there are grants elsewhere that support gamers overall. I love the idea that 1,000 Dreams supports women specifically, because there's not anything like that in existence right now. So we need to have more of that. We need to have more of a conversation about the inequality that women face on this platform, just for being women.
Mm-hmm. All true, so true. Is there anything else that you believe that we can do to increase the representation and experience for women, but not only just on Twitch, but in gaming, esports, broadcasting in general?
I think 1,000 Dreams does a phenomenal job about making themselves like known to people. However, I still find people in my own community and just coming across people that don't know about 1,000 Dreams. So I think that we just need to have more awareness, more eyes on the charity, and more people getting involved. Because while I have not applied for a grant myself, I understand that it's there for people who really need it, and I like being able to help. I like being able to help people have a hand in their dreams and get what they want.
Nice. That's really important in that we really work hard, not only on behalf of 1,000 Dreams to make sure that they have the resources they need to provide resources to people as women who want to really get into broadcasting and gaming, but also to make them more commonplace and a regular household term and all the gaming households that exist.
I
So
agree.
let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your efforts with the Twitch Blackout campaign. So it's so important to provide a platform and be inclusive to marginalized groups in gaming. And how has it felt over the past few weeks as many of these problems within the gaming community continue to come to light and be rightfully called out?
It does feel good to know that I had a very small part in making the Twitch in making the Twitch blackout happen. I know that right afterwards we saw a bunch of things come out from Twitch, and I know that we had a lot of conversation going on around it. So it has felt very fulfilling to see that we had maybe some kind of like nudge to different platforms to say, hey, we got to look at what we're doing and how we're going to change it.
Right. So can you tell us a little bit about how and why the Twitch Blackout began and what was the original goal with this campaign?
So it's kind of a funny story. I remember, I think it was the day after, no, it was Father's Day. It was June 21st. I was at my parents' house in the pool, and I noticed that I was like thinking about Twitch. I was like, well, there's so much crap going on Twitch. I want to know if we can make things better and make things different. And I was like, what if people didn't stream for a day? And then lo and behold, the next day, my friend Delacroix, he posted that exact same sentiment on Twitter. And so I was like, oh my God, I had that idea yesterday without even like voicing anything. I was like, I had no idea that he thought the exact same thing I did. And then we team up, and then we get our friend Tusser involved, and we said, hey, could we organize something like this? Could we organize something that says, we're going to just make you guys notice us for just one day. I think the original goal was just to make them notice that something was happening, just to kind of make waves and to have them notice that we were not happy with how things were at the time.
Right. Those are all really admirable things that you were able to come up with this idea and then collaborate to make it into a reality. So many things just stop with ideas, and it really takes a lot of not only teamwork and cooperation to make stuff become reality. So I very much commend you on that. So great work with that. We know that you were on one of only a few of the spearheads of the movement. Who else was involved in putting it together? I know you mentioned one person already, together to make this day of silence and support happen.
So it was my friend Delacroix, my friend Tuser Prime, and then myself who initiated it, and then people kind of caught along. So people like Third Artifact got really involved. Someone named Join Jess, she got also very involved. She started like mocking up conversation pieces for us, and then Kawaii Foxita, she made a bunch of petitions for us to sign and have people sign. So it was really very much a very collaborative group effort, and I'm very proud.
As you should be. You should definitely be proud of all of the work that you and your friends and everyone else who worked on this were able to accomplish. So what was it like to see the Twitch Blackout build up speed and then be talked about by someone on the platform's biggest creators and then reported on by large platforms like BBC, ESPN, GameSpot, and more?
I don't think any of us were prepared for how big it was going to get. I think that the second that I got a bigger news outlet um, got in my DMs about it, I think that they really made me think about how big this got. It's been really interesting to see not only the people who supported Twitch Blackout, but also the people who chose to adopt it in their own way via doing it on Twitch. So they kind of had the sentiment of a Twitch Blackout, but they kept the conversation going on Twitch. Mm-hmm. Which I found super interesting. And then people like Loco, she criticized it. However, I took her criticism as fuel. I was like, I really appreciate it because she's very well known on this platform, and I'm absolutely here for that. I think that because it got picked up so much and talked about so much, the conversation was the real win.
Absolutely. Because of a lot of the attention that this movement received, we know that there were a lot of trolls and naysayers for the entire movement still continuing on to today and probably tomorrow as well. So how do you think we should deal with these specific instances, and how could we make these platforms safer and more inclusive for everyone?
I think that the trolls have always been a problem. It was kind of like I was saying earlier that people definitely look at you differently when you are different, no matter what. If you're not just the norm on Twitch, you're not the normal gamer. They definitely look at you differently no matter what. So I knew from the get-go that we're going to have trolls, and we had a lot of them, a lot of naysayers, but I didn't, it's kind of like I just said, like, I don't think that naysayers are bad. I think that constructive criticism can breed a lot of positive stuff. I think that in the instance that we had people criticizing us is when we kind of formulated our better ideas and said, okay, well, how can we do this better next time? As far as how to make it better, I've been talking about a better username generation system for a long time. Mm-hmm. Something like a manual review, maybe. I know that like takes more manpower, but something that just takes more effort for people to not be able to immediately make a hateful, racist, any kind of offensive name to come back and bombard somebody with. I think that the second that you take away that option for people, it gets a little bit easier to mitigate that kind of awful behavior, or at least put it through some kind of like cooling off period, So it's definitely doable. A lot of smaller platforms, and I use Nintendo as a really good example, because when you pull up Animal Crossing, you cannot make your character's name even say the word idiot. So it's definitely easy to do. You just kind of have to put the tools in there to do it.
Right. It's so very important to make sure that the tools and like sort of the little safety nets are available for broadcasters, so that way things like usernames that are harmful, offensive, and specifically will sometimes target some communities just stop before they can even start. We just talked a little bit about ways to improve and make things better. But reflecting on the plan specifically as related to the Twitch blackout, do you think that we could have improved the overall plan looking back on it now?
Absolutely. We did it in very much a fast time, but we kind of did that thought out. We said that if we waited too long, then people might not have enough fire in their souls about it. People might not be as inflamed about the problems on Twitch, because at that point there were a lot of issues with the sexual assault allegations, and there were a lot of issues with bullying and racism and everything. And so we really wanted to kind of strike it and get it while there was a lot of attention on the platform to maybe just get the conversation going. So we thought about waiting a little bit and organizing it much more intricately, but we decided not to. I think that in the future, we're going to take more time and do it a lot better.
Right. You definitely did something amazing for Twitch and a lot of broadcasters involved, but finding that balance between putting something out between and it's so sad to say, the attention span of people who are now looking at this, and between making something that is impactful and has a lot of meaning, can be such a hard balance to find. So definitely, you did really great work with what was able to be put out within that attention span time frame. And I definitely sincerely hope that if this is something that unfortunately has to happen again, or if it's something that even would want to be done on a different scale, that you're able to incorporate all the things that you just mentioned here. So one, thank you for putting together Twitch Blackout, and I hope that in the unfortunate event that it has to happen again, you're able to put the new and desired things that you want to have in there to make it better are able to happen.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I think that it's important to keep this conversation going.
right. So we know that this helped inspire a large needed conversation with platforms like Twitch, and this way we would say that Twitch Blackout was successful. How did it feel to see Twitch's statement and their implementation of beginning to take action against these injustices?
The blackout was absolutely successful because of the conversation that we had around that subject. It's a step. I think that the actions that they took were a step in the long line of a lot of steps that they have to take. They began to take action against those accused of sexual misconduct. However, they didn't entirely address the other marginalized groups, including people of color and Black communities and LGBTQIA, and also even women. I definitely think that women are also marginalized on Twitch. And I think we need to keep that pressure on.
Absolutely. Letting up is something that definitely cannot and will not happen, just because there's so many dedicated people here, yourself included. So how do you think that the gaming community, brands, and platforms can continue to make gaming more inclusive and continue to work?
I think first of all, we need to keep talking about it. Like I just said, we have to keep the conversation going. As soon as the conversation dies in any way, shape, or form, that's when I think people assume that it goes back to quote normal. And I don't think that's the normal that we should be wanting to achieve. We shouldn't be wanting to achieve a normal where people are pushed aside or looked down on or not valued as important as the norm. I think that it's just simply putting out statements about how inclusive a company is does not make it so that company is inclusive. I think that that's just words, and until actions match those words, I don't think we can actually have inclusive companies. I think that they need to make a dedicated effort to support, uplift, and just be there for marginalized voices, namely those in the Black and people of color communities, namely. And yeah, I think it's super important to do.
Absolutely. It's so very important for these companies and organizations, just because even outside of Twitch, they play such a large role in gaming spaces and communities and mindsets that they have a lot more impact than sometimes I believe that they realize they do. So definitely keeping that pressure on and keeping the conversations going are a huge part for platforms like Twitch and other spaces as well, to sort of keep that momentum going to make spaces more inclusive. So those are all really great points. So how can those outside of these marginalized communities that we've talked about provide their support and help make these changes?
I think, and I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, but we just got to keep talking, and we got to support, and we gotta not pander. I mean, as someone who is on the outside of all of those marginalized communities, except for being a woman, I'm like, I just want to be there. I just want to talk about it, and I want to keep the conversation on, and I want to never cease that. Um, I think that the second it's again the second we get quiet, people get very complacent. Um, I'm I'm personally not happy until Twitch feels that everybody on this platform is safe and sound in their own community. I'm not happy as a content creator on this platform until all of my friends are happy being exactly who they are, no matter what. We all deserve to be happy, and I think that by us just using our voices via social media, via charity streams, via anything like that, or even just like speaking out against people that might come in your community and try and get better of you on your own stream. I always say it's my house, it's my rules. So if you break the rules in my house, I will be sure to let you know. That's not okay with me, and I don't allow any hatred talk, any of that stuff in my community at all.
Right. You bring up a really good point about broadcasters making sure that they are not only from the start fostering communities that are safe and inclusive for all the people who are watching them and people who they might be rating or hosting in the future, but to continue to keep up that vigilance of making sure that those in their chat and those that are in their audience feel like they are in a safe place where they can watch and interact with other people. So that is a very great point. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, on a final positive note, what are some of your favorite content creators and broadcasters on Twitch that host inclusive communities?
Oh, I have so many friends that I just want to like throw out there, but I'll focus on the ones that I either have really close friendships with, or the ones that I lurk in because they're just so positive. Um, I think that my friend Slay Bebe does an excellent job of hosting a very, very chill environment in her stream. She talks about a lot of very serious issues. So she like talks about journaling, she talks about her feelings, she talks about body image, she talks about everything. And it's all stuff that I support, and she's also one of my very close friends. Um, Frank the Pegasus, I lurk in her streams a lot because of how chill and easygoing she is. Street Grind, again, he's just a very fun dude. He hosts a very positive, welcoming community, and I'm all here for that. My friend Danny Dose, she is a little bit like me, where she's loud about it, but she's very inclusive in everything. And then also Miss Ashrocks, she is a wonderful, wonderful Twitch partner who puts her all into all of her content and pretty much shows you that you can be a Call of Duty gamer no matter what you are, no matter who you are, no matter the size, the gender, the color of your skin, and I am here for that.
Absolutely. I am a huge fan of Miss Ash Rocks. I probably just been religiously watching their The Last of Us 2 gameplay. I've just been watching a lot of The Last of Us 2 lately. It's hard to put away.
Have you played yourself?
Just so many amazing streamers that you've mentioned. And I definitely can relate to just wanting to find people who have those communities and spaces that they put the effort into sort of like cultivating places that are just good to be in and that you want to be there. And when they go live, it's like, hey, I have to get here immediately. If I'm late, they'll know. But in addition to like loving Miss Ash Rocks, I'm also a huge fan of Just Streams. They are one of the like most delightful people who I've ever had the pleasure of just like watching and being in their chat. I also really am a huge fan of Elspeth as well. She's super sweet. She does a lot of great streams, and her community is just always welcoming and just wholesome for new people who stop by. It's hard to like narrow it down, as you mentioned. It's just like, okay,
Right.
I want to mention everybody, but if I do that, we will never not live. So just trying to narrow it down can be so hard. And just everyone who I have worked with and watched with like Brown Girl Gamer Code and Black Girl Gamers. I love all of my friends who stream and maybe even like don't stream, who like help moderate. They all do such amazing and great work. So
Absolutely.
Just huge shout out to all of these people. Love all of you. Yeah. So thank you so much for everything that you've said. Before we close out, I would like to ask, just do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share with us? Whether it's related to the Twitch Blackout, your experiences as a broadcaster at a fundraiser, or just anything else related to making sure that we can continue to do the work to make Twitch and gaming more inclusive and safe for everybody.
Speak out whenever you see anything that might be considered an injustice. Just use your voice, talk to people, align yourself with the correct people, and align yourself with the right people because you like them. Don't compromise who you are to try and make someone else happy. I really want this to be like a movement that kind of goes forward, and we can all affect change if we use our voices loud enough. I think that that's so important to know.
Right. All great points. Amazing. Really, just thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today and to be with us here with 1,000 Dreams for our July 2020 broadcast. We really appreciate your input and everything that you've had to say, as well as your work with 1,000 Dreams as a fundraiser for them and with your efforts for the Twitch Blackout.
Absolutely.
So thank you again. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. And I and the rest of us here all look forward to seeing what else you've got in store for us in the future. So thank you again.
Right.
I hope you have a
Thank
good
you for
one.
having me.
Absolutely.
Bye.
All right. So huge thank yous, unending thank yous, really, to both Jenna and SirKatelyn for joining us today for today's show to talk about their experiences and their support for 1,000 Dreams Fund and BroadcastHER. So before we close out for the day, don't forget the 1,000 Dreams Fund is recruiting for their student advisory board. So if you're in high school or college in the U.S., be sure to apply to help make a difference in young women's lives. Plus, remember to tune in on August 14th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live spring BroadcastHER grant announcement. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, and continue to be excellent to each other, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day and your week. So thank you all so much. Definitely check out the resources that we provided in chat. Shout out to Kayla as well for being our moderator in chat today, and for all of you who tuned in to watch today's segment. So thank you, everybody. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and hope to see you all again very soon. All right. Have a great one, everybody.